Early voting for the November 2nd election. Thousands of people have been flocking to the polls all day today to cast their ballots before the time runs out. There's a lot of passion in this election because of several hotly contested races and propositions that will certainly impact your pocketbook. KPRC Local 2 reporter Mary Benton live for us in Southwest Houston with more. Mary?
At this hour, there are hundreds of voters, dozens of candidates, all here. It's a chaotic scene at the Gray Multi-Service Center. This is one of the most popular locations, and if you plan to come down before the doors close at about 7 o'clock, you're going to have to likely park across the street and then walk on the sidewalk and then sort of walk through the gauntlet of candidates handing you all of their cards, hoping that you will vote for them. This is expected to be a record-setting day for early voting. Thousands of people surged into early voting locations all over Harris County. At the popular Gray Street polling place, the line was long, and for some, the wait unbearable.
It's too long. I'm going to go by the house. It's 40 minutes. I'm going to go home and vote by the house.
Voters want to have a say on a ballot that includes the governor's race and propositions on the future of red light cameras and creating a fee to solve the city's drainage problems. There have been reports that some voters felt intimidated or harassed. We didn't see signs of that this Friday.
I'm not easily intimidated, so that would not have intimidated me. I'm going to vote and vote who I want to vote for.
But the Harris County Attorney's Office is investigating more than 60 complaints of misconduct at the polls.
And we think we've got the team together, the resources together, so on Election Day, any kind of improper activity will be minimized almost immediately.
Both conservatives and Democrats have asked the U.S. Department of Justice to send federal Election Day monitors to Harris County. Congresswoman Sheila JL says it's about securing a safe and neutral voting process.
If some voter feels intimidated or prevented from going to the polls, then I believe it is a responsibility of the United States government, Department of Justice, to intervene.
Her opponent, Republican John Falk, told us Friday afternoon that he's also sent a letter to the DOJ expressing concern about issues at the polling place, but he refused our request for an interview. Meanwhile, the conservative King Street Patriot says its poll watchers have been intimidated. The group held its own training for poll watchers and is also asking the Department of Justice to intervene. Now, the wait here is still about 30 minutes or more if you decide to come to this particular location. But remember, there are more than 30 all across Harris County. And if you don't have a chance to vote early, of course, Election Day, November 2nd. We're live in Southwest Houston. Mary Benton, KPRC Local 2.
Thank you, Mary. And as we approach Election Day, remember that KPRC Local 2 is the place for all of your Decision 2010 coverage. You can also log on to click2houston.com, click on the Hot button, and look in the politics section.